having a nice quiet Wednesday, reading a book, and then suddenly my brain was like, Emma, you're in New York next week. And I was like, yeah, I know, I'm counting down the days. And it's like, no, you're in New York. And I was like, oh shit, I'm in New York. I need to pre-film videos and edit them and schedule them. Hi everyone! Today I want to share with you guys some of my 5-star predictions. These are by no means an extensive list. There's only like 10, well, there's 10 authors. There's some like duplicate authors in here. Surprisingly, there's only really maybe 2 or 3 that I'm like, yes, this will be 5 stars. The rest, I just kind of picked out of the quite few that I'm like, oh yeah, this could be 5 stars. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I have my this will be 5 stars and I've got the I think this will be 5 stars, but I'm not too sure. So you guys don't care. Basically, these are the books that I think I'm gonna really enjoy for the most part. First, we have the book that I still can't believe I haven't read, and most people who know me and know my obsession with all things français will say, why haven't you read this yet, Emma? And that is, of course, The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. This is the English edition. I want to read the French edition, but I'm going to read the English one first. And I also plan to watch the Netflix film because there's a fox, which obviously will be in here as well, but I have no idea what this is about. A pilot and a prince and French classic. It's short. Come on, Emma. Everyone loves it. It's gonna be 5 stars. Next, I have a book that will absolutely kill me to read because it weighs a fucking ton. And that is The Invention of Hugo Cabaret by Brian Selznick. I've seen the film Hugo and loved it, and I don't even know if I've sat and like watched it from start to finish or if I've just kind of walked in and saw bits. I really like that film, so obviously I want to read the book. These next 2 are the ones that I'm like, will I actually give this 5 stars? I think these are more ones that I hope will be 5 stars without actually knowing too much about them. The Cresswell Plot by Eliza Vass. I just feel like this will be a 5-star read. I mean, I know that's the premise of this whole video, but it's fairly short. I know pretty much nothing about it other than it involves a cult, and I haven't really read a good cult book yet. So I'm hoping this is the one. I love the cover of it, all the sort of like autumnal leaves. The creepy doll, not so much, but I have a good feeling about this one. It might only be 4 stars, but I'm really hoping it has that spark. This next one, I was dying to read when I got it, and then it kind of tapered off in my interest. And then it peaked, and then it tapered, and then it peaked, and then it tapered, and now I'm like, no, I do think I will love this, I just need to fucking read it. And that is Everland by Wendy Spinale. I can't deal with names, I really can't. But this is a Peter Pan retelling, and there's also Umberland, and oh, I don't even know what the other one's called. Like, I want to say it's Ozland. I don't know, it's something to do with Oz anyway. But I just think it's all sort of steampunky, and like, I have really high hopes for it. So again, like with the Cresswell Plot, I think this is more a hope it's 5 stars than it will be, but we're gonna go with it in the video now. I need to stop swinging on my chair. Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna Maguire has been on my radar for so long. Like, I feel like nobody was talking about this book, but I saw Lala from Books and Lala talking about it. She like loved it, and then it was like a few weeks or months later, after like book 2 came out, everyone was obsessed, and I was on the train before the train even existed. Now the train has left, and I'm like running along behind it like, no, I want to be hype about this book. And I think I'm really bad with series, so I think the reason I haven't read this is because I didn't want to have to wait for the series, like the books to come out, but they have been coming out fairly quickly, and I have honestly lost track of how many there are and how many there's going to be. But I love the idea of this, the whole like different worlds, kind of Miss Peregrine's Narnia vibes, and apparently it's got asexuality rep, which I am here for, so I need to get on this ASAP. And speaking of hype trains, Evelyn Hugo, of course. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid is on this list. I was not bothered about this when everyone started talking about it. I was like, it's like adult fiction, I don't care. And this book just went crazy. Like, there's hype, and then there was this. I mean, absolutely nobody has shat on this book, and I think that's why I haven't read it, because I'm really worried that I'm going to be that person that is like, this book is fucking dreadful. I say that, it's in my 5-star predictions, just because I feel so strange about it. Like, I feel like I know so much about this book, but know nothing at the same time, and I'm somewhat afraid of this book, I'm not gonna lie. Evelyn Hugo kind of scares me. I need to get to this soon. This could also just be a video on books I need to fucking read already, because that is how I feel about every single one on this shelf. I feel about that about every single book, let's be real. But yeah, Evelyn Hugo, it's gonna be a 5-star read. I am not being the one to ruin the streak. This one is probably cheating a little, because I feel like it's gonna get 5 stars even if I hate it, which sounds really stupid, but bear with me. Out of Oz by Gregory Maguire. This is the 4th and final book in the Wicked years, like saga, series, whatever. And I have given... Did I give all the others 5 stars? I actually don't know. I probably did. I must have. I will have, because I definitely gave Wicked... I don't even know, I'm questioning my own sanity. This will be getting read November, December time. I have read one of Gregory Maguire's books every November, December since I read Wicked, so like only for the last 4 years. And I have so many Gregory Maguire books on my shelf, but I told myself I have to read the Wicked books first, and then I can like read them whenever, and it just became tradition that I read these like at the end of the year. I actually have not a clue. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm just reading the blurb and getting some surprises. But I absolutely love this series. It's gonna be a 5-star read. I love Gregory Maguire, and he seems to get really, really low ratings. Like, people seem to just hate his writing, and I'm like, really? I hate fantasy, and these are considered like high political fantasy, and I love them. These next 2 books I'm counting together as one because it's the same author, and that is All That She Can See and When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Hope Fletcher. I freaking loved On the Other Side, and I have been terrified to read All That She Can See for like a year, because I'm like, what if I don't love it as much? But then I end up getting a NetGalley arc of When the Curtain Falls, and now When the Curtain Falls is out, and I have a physical copy, and I'm like, shit, I really need to get on these. And this one does sound like amazing, because theatre, Carrie grew up in the theatre, she now works in theatre as well as being an author, so like she's literally combining the 2 of my favourite things with obviously having an inside knowledge of theatre. I really do believe these will both be 5 stars. If you told me to pick which one I think would be 5 stars over the other, it would be this one, just because of the theatre content. Although this one does give me Waitress vibes, so, you know. Either way, I am so excited to finally get around to these. On the Other Side absolutely opened my eyes to magical realism. I had no idea what it was, and I was reading it like, what the fuck is happening? Was in love with it, and then that's when I found like on Goodreads the like magical realism genre, and I was like, oh my god, my life is complete. So I know these both kind of have that element in them, and I cannot wait. In the same vein as Carrie Hope Fletcher, I have another 2 books from the same author. I have A Portable Shelter and The Gloaming by Kirsty Logan. I have talked about Kirsty Logan's debut novel, The Gracekeepers, quite a few times on this channel. I think it is gorgeous. Seriously, if you have the option to get a paperback or a hardback of it, get the UK hardback, because Under the Dust Jacket is the most beautiful naked book you've ever seen. To the point that I was really disappointed when I went to buy this, and it's one of those weird hardbacks that doesn't have a dust jacket, so I was like, no hidden beautiful cover. A Portable Shelter is a book of short stories which I believe follows 2 women who are expecting their first child, and for some reason, oh, I don't know what it is. They're not like supposed to talk to each other. Yeah, they have to keep their storytelling a secret from each other, because they've agreed to only ever speak the truth to each other. So like they tell the stories to the baby like when the other's like not there or asleep or whatever, and it just seems like it'll be really cute in that cover. And as for The Gloaming, I have no idea what this is about. Obviously some sort of like, they're not mermaids. Are they Selkies? They're probably Selkies because Scotland. I have no idea. No idea at all. But The Gracekeepers was all about like a world that's majority water, about a world that is made up mostly of water, and I have a feeling The Gloaming's set in the same world. I'm not sure, but it's sort of magical realism again, and Kirsty Logan just has the most gorgeous writing. Like, I remember when I was reading the Gracekeepers, I was telling people that I know it sounds like a bad thing, but it was making me fall asleep. And you know, people look at you like that's not a compliment, but it really was, because as I say, it's set on water, and when you're reading chapters where you were on the boat, it was just like her writing flowed, and I just felt like I was rocking gently on the waves, and it was making me want to go to sleep. And that is usually an insult to a book, but that was honestly the biggest compliment I could pay it, because I honestly felt like I was on water and I was enjoying it, and I fucking hate the sea. So really high hopes for these two, and I'm actually really mad at myself for not reading The Gloaming yet, because come on, Emma. And finally, I'm so excited for this. Dear Evan Hansen. This is the novel written by Val Emmett, and all the people that like created the musical like had input on this, and I am just so freaking excited. I love the soundtrack to Dear Evan Hansen, and actually when on my birthday, Aaron and I just decided, fuck it, let's book tickets. So we're seeing Dear Evan Hansen. Oh my god, a week today I'm seeing Dear Evan Hansen and Frozen on Broadway. So I'm so excited to watch the show and then come back and read this and see how they compare. And yes, and I'm so glad I'm actually seeing the show, because I really wanted to see it before I read the book, and although it's coming to the West End, I don't know when I'm next gonna get a chance to go to London. So hallelujah for Aaron and I spontaneous spending, and I can't wait to read this. And those are the books that I think are going to be 5-star reads. Let me know which ones you have read, if you gave them 5 stars or if you thought they were dreadful, if there's any you're interested in reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe below if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!